this because you alluded to it in the beginning, talking about you was right. You wrote for, the records you wrote got certain artist signed to Def Jam, and then you kind of alluded to a couple of seconds ago. It's common knowledge now. It wasn't back then, but it's common knowledge now that you were writing for Foxy Brown, right? How did that happen? And back then, I remember, I think I want to say one of the verses on the Hustla record, right, when you was breaking down, chopping up the grams and all that shit. Yeah. And she kind of had the same shit on. I want to say it was what record was she on? The Firm Action. Firm Action. Everyone back then was like, oh, she biting off son shit, right? But years later, when it comes out that you was writing for her, did you write that verse? And we really want to know, how did you start writing for Foxy?
Nah, well, my dude, Sean and Parrish, niggas was big time back in the days, and they would come through and bring this young girl through, and they would be in the studio and they would be buying beats from DR, and I was just hearing the inside, just like, we trying to develop her and we trying to do this. So I'm like, well, nigga, shit, I'll pen some shit for her. And this ain't, and mind you, look, this ain't in no way, shape, or form discrediting Fox, because she has written a lot of shit. I'm not saying she don't write. I'm not saying that at all. But I have, I would go. They had a crib, Park Slope on Underhill. I used to go through, and we used to sit around and write and come up with hooks and all kind of shit. And so I mean, it was really through my drug dealing homeboys. They had and then we did a few showcases. We did Maria Davis showcase like twice, and then we did another showcase. I got all three of those footages too. I mean, wow, it's crazy. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't. It was crazy because I had got a call from her, right, and I've got genuine love from her. Like I really got genuine love for her, and it came out kind of wrong because somebody who was interviewing me knew the inside and just kind of just went for it, like, and just kind of like put me in that twist. So I really don't want none of this to sound like I'm discrediting the lady.
Nah,
she's
not at all.
Really a dope artist and has contributed to hip hop a great deal. You know what I mean? But
I fucks with Foxy. I like.
I definitely do. I definitely do. But I have penned. I have penned quite a few joints. The Firm joint, though, I didn't. It was a surprise to me, but I can see how that can happen because I mean, she was around me a lot. You know what I mean? Like a lot. And I know her sitting in with Nas and AZ. These niggas is vets, and she pulling from her big bro. Because I was sitting around these niggas when they was doing More Money, More Murder, More Homicide, Nas and AZ.
DR produced that, right?
Yeah, DR produced that. I was in the studio. I'm like, crazy. I was leaving out the studio to go record Glocks on Cock with my man Kenny G.
Right.
But my man Kenny was rushing me because we had to go to Yonkers, and he was like, yo, man, we got to beat traffic. And I'm sitting there with Nas and AZ in the studio writing my verse, not knowing if I'm going to get on it. But writing my verse anyway, right? And I'm like, yo, listen to this. And I'm spitting my rhyme and shit. And he's like, yo, that shit crazy. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm, writing. My man is rushing me. Yo, man, we got. So I ended up breezing. I didn't know if I was going to get on the record or not. But, that shit happened. But then, when they did the Firm album and, she kicked that verse. I was surprised. I was like, oh, whoa. But, again, I was...
you inspired that.
I was working.
Definitely.
I was working with her a lot, and I'm quite sure I inspired it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, she gonna always be Foxy Brown. She gonna always be, Dale Nana.
Hell nah. How about the Ain't No Nigga record? Like, did you, was the bag correct on that?
Nah, the bag wasn't. I mean, all they did was flip a few words around. I mean, it's funny.
Okay, I got you.
It's funny what could happen, with a bunch of words just,
right.
jumbled around in different places. I mean, you can't really claim shit.
Right.
But it was ain't no dick. So my shit was more explicit. Jay and them made it more commercial
Radio friendly.
and dope